So there is an actor out there named Jonathan Majors. Personally, I had never heard of him until a couple months back when people started predicting that he would be the next premier box office black male lead actor. You know, he got legends like Denzel, Samuel L. Jackson, Morgan Freeman, and many more. When it comes closer to this era, I would say you got the Michael B. Jordans of the world, who have happily taken that torch they have been passed. And basically everyone was saying this guy, Jonathan Majors, was going to have his name up there with these guys eventually, after he starred in 2 box office hits this year with the new Ant-Man movie and Creed 3.
Vouch for you. You think you mad? Try spending half your life in a cell, watching somebody else live your life.
Y'all who have been watching the channel for a long time know that I could pretty much care less about Marvel movies. But as far as I understand, Jonathan here plays the main villain in the film Kang, and people predict that he is posed to alter the whole course of this Marvel universe, so basically he was going to be a big part of the whole integrated story. And y'all know when an actor gets involved in this Marvel universe, they make bank. I mean truly, nerds really do love this stuff.
Everyone we talked to bought tickets weeks in advance to see the first US showings of the film. Fans worried about spoilers spent the last week going dark on social media.
The entire week. Haven't even been on like Reddit or anything like that.
So I say all of that to suggest that this guy was on the brink of hundreds of millions of dollars and fame beyond his wildest dreams. It took him 33 years of hard work to get to this point, and it finally seemed like all the blood, sweat, and tears that come with the vicious entertainment industry were going to finally be worth it. But you know what they say, when you are at your highest is when the darkness is most susceptible to coming to get you. And recently Jonathan Majors was arrested in New York on suspicion of strangulation and harassment during a domestic dispute. Police say this all started when Jonathan himself called the police over the weekend, stating that his girlfriend was having an emotional crisis and he needed their help. But when those same cops showed up, the woman told them that he struck her during a taxi cab ride after she went to grab for his phone when she saw another woman texting him. Allegedly, she had a cut behind her ear and bruises on her face and neck. And so immediately when this news dropped, people were ready with their pitchforks to call for the end of this man's career, saying that he pretty much had the quickest fall off of all time. And basically it made me think of the Warren Buffett quote, "It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it." Keep in mind, this all went down Saturday. He was arrested, and then the very next day, his lawyer is now saying that this woman has recanted her claims, and that there is video evidence of this incident, a witness, and that her client, Mr. Majors, is completely innocent. And not only that, but there is further evidence that he is the victim in this whole situation. And so as of right now, Mr. Majors has been set free, but he will have this upcoming trial date in May. Now I am learning from my past and am not going to be taking a stance in this matter at the moment. While I do always make it very clear that I'm talking about allegations, there have definitely been some times in the past where I've jumped the gun and let my bias show, and that's not the responsible way to cover these types of situations. But I will say, if he is guilty, then his career is pretty much a wrap, and if he's not guilty, and this woman is lying on his name, then I hope that she faces her day in court, because no matter the verdict, his career will be permanently altered after this, and in the court of public opinion, he might never be seen the same again. I mean, look at a guy like Sean Oakman, who was destined to be a star in the NFL, and then that all got completely derailed by some false allegations that dropped right before he was supposed to be drafted. Years later, they find him innocent, but guess what? It doesn't really matter because that small window he had to make a career and make money had already closed. And as far as I know, little to nothing ever happened to the false accuser in that situation. They don't even ever have to reveal who this person who made up these lies and ruined his life was. And I think that's insane. Like, she should be sitting in jail right now. It is pretty wild to me though that he's the one who called the police and then he's the one who ended up getting arrested. That's why getting law enforcement involved in these types of situations can be kinda iffy for me. Because if it does turn into a he said, she said type thing, you might really be in for some difficult times. And we are already seeing the repercussions of this whole situation. For example, the army, who had spent tens of millions of dollars on ad campaigns centered around Jonathan Majors.
When you look into your future, do you see a life full of obstacles or possibilities?
Have already put that whole thing on pause.
What went behind the decision to pull the ads so quickly?
One of the things that's so challenging when you have somebody who is such a visible on-screen face of an advertising campaign is that even just the perception of an issue and alleged wrongdoing can make them a controversial figure that undercuts the message of the advertisement. So in the case of Mr. Majors, the Army seemingly decided that until there was more definitive clarity on this case, that they just needed to pull the ads off the air. And that's probably happening at significant financial cost, which we're still working to confirm.
But y'all let me know what you guys think about this down below. I will continue to cover this story as more information comes out. As always, I also want to thank you guys for watching today's video. But as you guys know, it's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and some other news stories out here need to be covered. So I'm out. Peace.